Again, it is I, Tanisha Renee, and I am back to introduce y'all to some new things from my channel. Yes, we're going to make jewelry. And yes, we're going to have poetry. And yes, we're going to read you Descendants of the Veil. But I also want to have videos of, intelligent and worthy rapport. Okay? So this is Charles Hall, CEO of Atlanta VIP Protection.
Boom.
Joy Grace. So, what's awesome about Charles is not only is he the CEO of his own security company now, but he also used to do security for several famous artists, names that okay? Very, known artists, okay? So today we're going to talk to Charles, and he's going to share with us some of his experiences and what his climb to this stage and his success has been like, okay? I used to work for Charles doing security before he had his own company.
She was the biggest one I had.
And I still work for Charles now, years later, as his personal assistant.
She's the biggest one I ever had. I've only had one.
And it has been a thrilling ride. I personally can witness to watching his come up. He has come a very long ways in regards to wanting to establish his own business. Okay, so let's hear from Charles. Hi, Charles.
What's happening? So, yeah, like I said, she said, I'm Charles. I used to go, well, some people still call me Massif. That was like when I was touring, I was known as Massif. And then as an artist, when I used to do my little thing and I had locks, long locks, they used to call me Massif. Yeah. Not as pretty as that. Mine was like all over the place. But, so, I wanted to share a story. I was with, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use the name. I was with the Zac Brown Band.
Okay.
As a security director and personal bodyguard. And we went to our first Grammys. I can't remember which number, but it was the first Grammy that Zac was nominated for, and actually that show, he actually won Best New Artist. He won a Grammy for Best New Artist. But before that, before we left town, I told my now ex-wife that if I saw Beyonce, I was gonna rub her leg. Like that was the thing. Like if I see Beyonce, I'm rubbing her leg. Please don't have a problem with it. It's gonna happen. And so we went to the show, and I'm backstage. So the crazy thing, I ended up befriending Jay-Z's bodyguard. So I got Zac to his seat, he got Jay-Z to his seat, and we met up backstage. So we were talking, walking through the hall, laughing. There's a bunch of artists, people everywhere. It's crowded. We're backstage. We were headed to the green room, and so we talking. I don't know what we were laughing about, but I bumped a woman, and usually when a man bumps a woman, he just grabs. So I ended up with both hands full of a woman's butt cheek. That woman happened to be Rihanna.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, and I don't know if y'all saw the Grammys where Rihanna wore the white sheer, like see-through dress, and she had like a red bikini on, and she ripped it off. So I was like, excuse me, I mean to bump you. And she was like, well, I'm glad you didn't step on my dress because it was tore, ripped off. It was a tearaway dress or whatever. And so, of course, I wasn't upset at all about this. But later on that night, I called my wife at the time. I said, look, I didn't get to rub Beyonce's leg, but I got to grab Rihanna's butt. So I guess that's like an even get down. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Call
So
that about square.
yeah.
That's
So
what we
that
call that.
we had like a lot of crazy times. Like working with artists, you always kind of go through some different junk that you don't do on a regular basis. I got like buku stories about crazy things that happen, good and bad. There was some bad things that happened too working with artists, but you know.
So, on your climb to this stage, what has that been like? Have you went through several businesses to get to this one?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the third security company that I've owned. I had a dumpster company in the film industry at one time. Yeah, I had a nutrition company back in 98 when I moved here.
Okay.
I had it's called Nubian Nutrition. I was selling like weightlifting products and stuff like that. But in the little small town where I'm from, it was like I was the guy, you know. But when I moved here, there was a lot of guys, you know, and that had stores. Like I was doing it because there was in my hometown, Wichita Falls, Texas, big up. There was only one real nutrition store, which was GNC, and they're high. Everybody knows that they're high and stuff. But so I was selling COD, which I don't even think that's a thing now. Cash on delivery.
Okay.
Yeah, like you used to be able to order something, and then when it came, you just paid the cash for the shipping when it showed up.
Right.
Like you can't do that now. But
I didn't know that.
yeah, so that's what I would do. People would order with me. I tell them what I got access to, and then they order it, and I just go out and deliver it all over town. But I was making like really nice money. But when I moved here, there were stores that were charging even less without the shipping. So, because you can just go in the store and get it.
Yeah.
So I had to shut that down. But yeah, I had a few companies that. Well, my first security company, it didn't fail. I just gave it away because we weren't making a lot of money, but I started touring, and I just, I gave it to a partner of mine, but it ended up crazy. It ended up helping him win a custody battle over his daughter, which I found out later that he was in a serious custody battle with his daughter, and I was off on tour with Zac, and he revealed it at a party, a surprise birthday party. They like, tell a story that, about something that you did with Massif or whatever. And he said, well, Massif went on tour. He gave me his company. I was able to get up $10,000 to pay for a lawyer, and I won full custody of my daughter. I was like, wow.
Good deal.
But the way he told it was like, we was all like, for real, bro? I ain't gonna cry. but it was crazy. But that one actually didn't fail. I gave it away. But the other one, it failed tremendously. I had one in the film industry, the security company, and just bad partners and crooked people involved. That one went down, and then dumpster company, some shady stuff happened. We won't get into that one, but and that one went down. So yeah, and then there was 2019. 2019, I was living in my ex-wife's basement, stealing peanut butter from my grandson's peanut butter jar to eat. Had nothing. This was just 2019. Here we are, 2021 now. So, and COVID was a bad thing, but 2020 was my best year. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because it was a bad year for a lot of people, but it was like my best year. So.
Would you say that those experiences in any way have contributed to where you are now? Like, honestly, could you have been the same mentally successful and aware without those failed experiences?
Because, and I tell everybody, even if you trust them, move like you don't. Which means, like, make sure all your paperwork is done. I don't care who it is. Get your paperwork right, making sure you know what you signing up for. or where your money should be, and it's not that, I mean, it's just trust them but move like you don't. That's the best way I can put it without sounding mean. Like, I tell my partner that I have now, I always, like, I make him check what we're doing if he don't even want to check it because he trusts me. But I'm like, no, player, look at it. You know what I mean? Read it, every word. So we know we're all on the same page. So I learned that the hard way, but I did learn it. Like, a lot of people do move like that. Like if you going back to Jay-Z, I'm sure there's not a contract that you can hand Jay-Z. I don't care if you his brother. He's not gonna read every word. So, and I think that's the way you should move when you're doing business. And I didn't do that a few times. And a few times there was lazy involved. Like with all the licenses. Like right now I'm going through hell with our accountant, stuff that I don't want to do, but has to happen. You know what I mean? So you gotta get past the lazy, and then the art of doing is serious because you can talk about what you want to do and where you want to be, and it always sounds and feels good. Like you get all pumped when you're talking about it, but then you never do nothing. I've been that guy for a long time too, because I feel even though things are happening good now, I'm 50 now. This should have happened at 35, 30, even 40, but it didn't. And not because, hold on one second, is that? No, I thought that was her. It was just, I think a lot of the failures or the learning, I don't even want to call them failures, I guess the learning situations.
Yeah.
Was just, some of it was lazy, some was just not following through or just not doing anything, and it just felt even better. It felt better to talk about it, you know what I mean, than doing it,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's important because to know, for people who may be in my position, I just now got my first LLC, at the end of last year. I don't know anything about having my business yet. I know how to paint, okay? I know how to write. I published a book. I know how to make jewelry. I know how to be the talent. But clearly there's more to running a business, as he's explaining to all of us, than the fun part, right? Or even the part that you like to do. I like to paint. I like to write when I want to write. I like to do the things that I like to do, but I'm not just going to get to do the things that I like to do. And if you can't trust nobody, you're going to have to, it would behoove you to know from the beginning, going into it, that it's going to be some stuff that you may not consider fun learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't learn it, you're going to lose all your shit.
Yeah. I'm learning every day. Every day. Like, new junk every day. Because we're still a new business, too, so.
Do you think it changes the way people look at you?
As far as what?
When you actually achieve something?
Yeah.
When you achieve it, opposed to people who are supportive towards you when you're trying to achieve it, in opposition to when you actually get it, are those same well-wishers still well-wishing?
Not all of them. Some people are genuine, but not always. Me and my brother was talking about, like, I'm doing better than I've ever done, but I still don't consider myself like as made it. But we're doing good. And so me and my brother were joking about money, and me having more money. And I said, and he was saying some crazy stuff. I said, man, people always say that when you get money you change, but the people around you change for you. You know what I mean? Like it's usually the people around you who change, and then you just seem like, and then you actually sometimes you actually have to change towards some people. When I was working with Zac, and Zac is making like millions, and being on the bus with him and seeing like like a old classmate that may have ran into us somewhere that never talked to him in school, and like, man, yeah, you know, we were best buds, and like, that was like you didn't play kickball with me, player. You know, like what are we talking about? You know, so, it's like what? We weren't even. We had no classes together, but I would see, you know, people do that. Zach had to change his number a lot, you know, and people, but then you had family that, and you want to help your family, but you can't help the whole family, you know, because, you know, people think, okay, they're making millions, but you don't see the stuff that they actually have to pay for that comes with those millions. Like, this is another story, Zach's story. We're on a bus headed back to Atlanta. We were getting ready to have 2 months off. Now, the beauty of working with Zach was you were on salary. So 2 months off meant a 2-month paid vacation. Because you got paid every week regardless.
Okay.
Which was like the beauty. I ain't never worked with an artist that did that. So I was hyped. You know, we going home for 2 months. Zach wanted to break with him and the kids. So the one morning while we were on the road, Zach was pacing back and forth on the bus. And I'm like, Zach, you okay? He said, man, we might have to just take a week off and go back on the road. I'm like, why? You know, he's like, the royalty check hadn't showed up yet. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, bruh, you're a millionaire. Why you worry about a check? Mm-hmm. So, but then I said, like, so what does that mean? Like, I mean, you know, I didn't want to say, player, you got money. I'm like, well, what does that mean? You know, and he said that royalty check pays for everybody's salary. So I'm thinking, I was like, wow. I said, the tour salary. So we had a little over 100 people on our tour. And, you know, we had multiple buses, semis. So there was over 100 people on the touring staff. He said, no, everybody. I'm like, what you mean everybody? The touring staff, the warehouse. He had a whole warehouse with full staff. The marketing people, the label, he had his own label, the studios, the restaurant, everybody got paid. And it paid that one check paid our salaries for 3 months.
Wow.
Which is I was like, what the blood clot this man?
Right.
You know, like you, so, but to me, I'm like, wow, but that's a giant stress on one person. You know what I mean? Like, that's a giant stress. So, you know, when you think about all those millions, but you got to think about, like, the stress, you know, like what happened with Lauryn Hill. She flipped out because she was responsible for hundreds and hundreds of people. You know, and people don't think about that side of it. Like if you got a big corporation, if it goes down, hundreds of people are losing their jobs, not just you.
Right.
You know, so you know, which, you know, I'm close. I'm not even close to there. I got 15, 20, maybe. I don't even have 20. I don't think employees, but
growing.
Yeah, we're growing, but whoo, I flipped out. Like, one check pays everybody's salary for 3 months.
And somebody late with the money. What a trickle down effect.
But, you know, everything ended up working out. We got our 2 months off. But
yeah, that's a great story. It's a great story about money. Have you, now this is a good one. If y'all want to, y'all can go on YouTube and look for Zac Brown and him on YouTube videos. You can find him on YouTube.
You look up Zac rapping, you'll see me come out and rap on stage with him. Or I'm in the Toes video. I'm in the Keep Me in Mind video with him. Okay. So I'm in 2 of his music videos. Yeah.
Anything you would like to say about music today?
Music today?
Yes.
Woo woo.
I mean, you used to have your own band.
Yeah, I was an artist.
And you've been in the music industry and working with music right there with these artists, and you have grown with it over these years, okay? And watched the growth and transition. So what would you pinpoint and say about it?
I would say, well, not all artists. I don't want to put all artists, but the majority of them. It's almost like music has been dumbed down.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to. The stupider the lyrics are, the better the song is nowadays. Like before, with
Mumble rap.
yeah, mumble and or they're only talking about knocking off women, doing drugs, and getting away from the cops. Like it's like a glory thing to do jacked up junk. Like when I came up, it was conscious rap, you know. And I know hip hop has to go, or music period has to go through its thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like even the different genres, like sometimes you can't tell what the hell it is. Like country is starting to sound like hip hop. You know, like if you just got an accent with a hip hop beat, it's still country. You know, but I don't know. I mean, I mixed genres too when I was. I don't know. I think it's just like I said. It seems like they dumb music down. Like it's just the stupider the better. Mm. You know, that's what bothers me. And then everybody sounds like everybody. Like before, you just hearing the song, you knew exactly what artist that was. Like a lot of these guys are trying to sound the same. And a DJ told me something that I didn't know. He said a lot of times they keep the same tempo and almost the same beat patterns, so a DJ can blend it into the music to keep that flow going. Because if it's too different, he can't play it because it will break the vibe that's already going. So most of everything sounds the same.
I get what you're saying.
So people, whatever's popular, artists are making the music to fit that vibe, so they can get blended in to the DJ stuff or on the radio and all that kind of stuff. So nobody wants to be different because they may not get played, even though it might be the best song out there or a good song. It might not get played because it don't blend in with the rest of the junk. So that bothers me because back when we was growing up, the DJs knew how to blend it in, and it still made it work. And you can tell the artists were a lot of artists were different. You know, back in the 90s, even the 90s. You know, they were different.
Right.
You know, but you knew Method Man versus Run DMC or whoever was DMX. You know, like you knew Busta Rhymes. You knew that was him, no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, but now it's like you don't know everybody doing the same thing.
Those are definitely three different vibes, and you could play, if you pick the right songs,
Yeah.
you could play all three of them artists back to back, and hey, for real, that's my jam.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, so I think, I just, like, I really don't, I do Pandora, and I have my little thumbs up radios, the stuff that I liked, and I just listen to that. I don't listen to the radio. I don't, but there are some good new artists that are out. I just, because it's been dumbed down so much, I don't take the time to find them now, which is...
I would like to see conscious rap and music make a comeback. I definitely would. I'm pretty sure that, they... T-Bird, that just my baby daddy. I knew we was in trouble, y'all. I knew we was in trouble. From T-Bird, that just my baby. I knew we was in trouble, y'all. I said, oh, shit.
There was a song, but this was... I don't know if this was late 90s, early 2000s when I saw some junk going wrong. The hook was, I want a smart girl with a dumb booty.
I don't remember that dumb.
It might have been in Texas. I think I heard it. I want a smart girl with a dumb booty. I'm like, it's over. We're done.
What? Behind T-Bird, that just my baby daddy, and because I got high, okay,
oh God,
I knew we was in trouble, y'all. I was like, oh shit, what they doing to the music? By the time, and this wasn't this long ago, because this shit, I'm praying is dying off, but it probably still out here. I don't really listen to the music like that no more anyway. I mostly listen to Drake. I'm a hard Drake fan, like most of the people in the world, right about now. But mumble rap, what? Y'all lost me with that shit completely. Like mumbling. So I can't hear what this motherfucker saying at all no more. I don't know what he talking about. You could be over there telling me anything.
But you know, I think we were just running behind grunge rock. You know, because grunge rock, they just.
I think it became about gimmicks.
Yeah, it's
you know?
like, I don't know. It just.
It became about what can I do to stand out, you know, to get seen, okay? And the previous powers that be, you know, and we pray that they falling out by the wayside right about now, wanted to kill the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Music is power. There is nobody on this planet that's going to deny you with ears that's listening. They can hear stuff. That music is power. Music will change your mood. And everybody knows that. So if you putting out a whole bunch of good vibrations and everybody is focused on success, I want money, lots and lots of money, baby. And then everybody start getting money and chasing money. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm happy, and now people happy, and they want to be nice to each other, oh yeah, you got to flip that up. You know what I'm saying? With get drugs, hoes, kill them off. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that bitch and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And what did it progress to? It's like y'all done hit a wall. Musicians, I'm not really a musician, but I am a lyricist. Let me be honest. I be teasing y'all with, you know, me carrying a tune and everything. My melodious melodies is what I like to call them, okay? We're not going to debate that right now. All I'm saying is that I am a lyricist. And I'm paying attention to what you got to say in the words, okay? As a poet, that's why they call me Devin Bonds, a.k.a. because Devin means poet. Okay, I am bonded to this thing, so if you ain't talking about nothing...
Bars.
Yeah, I'm going to need those. Say it again for him, Charles.
Bars.
Bars. We need that. Say it 3 times fast.
Bars, bars, bars.
Okay, so come with it. You know what I'm saying? Or that's how people end up listening to instrumentals like Tadao. You know what I'm saying? We don't even want to hear what y'all got to say no more. Just play the beat, yo. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because for a long time, that's what it got reduced to. For conscious listeners, we was like, I don't even listen to the fucking words no more, man. I'm just listening to the beat. Mm-hmm. The beat go hard. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm just listening to the beat. And that's what musicians, if you're a real musician, if you're not insulted, it makes me question, is this really your passion? Is this really your craft? Like, aren't y'all the angriest seeing all these imposters in your place? I don't know. Mumble rap?
Yeah, and I bet that there's an underground somewhere where there's some really good artists that just, they're not worried about.
But you don't even hear about underground music no more.
Like,
yeah,
you gotta find it. But you know, I'm praying that some of these good artists get that spot on the mainstream so we can get good music back. Like, you know, when Lauren them was out, like Lauryn Hill and all them, you know.
The Miseducation. What? Hardest album, hands down, don't debate it. You better put it in the top 10.
I went to see Lauryn Hill twice.
Top 10? Somebody said top 5.
Yeah.
Somebody else said top 3. Where they at? I hear you.
Lauryn Hill live too? And I got the best concerts. Like, I went to see Lauryn Hill, but guess who was opening up? Busta Rhymes. Have you ever seen Busta Rhymes live on stage?
I can't even imagine.
The dude, as fast as he rapped, he moved. Him and Spliff, they move just as fast. And it's still clear. Without the vocals playing in the background. Like, it's them. I said, these cats are past amazing.
Yeah. Busta is a true beast.
Who was the first person?
He is a standard in
Oh.
this music.
Gosh,
He's a
Busta.
standard, bro. You gotta get yourself together.
He had a guy that didn't get that much shine. I don't know why, but his name was Lord Have Mercy. And the dude, his style was so different. If anybody know of Lord Have Mercy, you'd be like, yeah. He did, like, his vocals were, the way they recorded him, his vocals would come like from different directions in the music. And he'd say some weird stuff. Like he said, drinking fresh squeezed milk from the titties of llamas. I was like, what the black guy you talking about? But it was the coolest thing the way it came. I was like,
Llamas.
yeah, he was weird. He was weird, but he was a beast. It was weird, but he was a beast.
I mean, if he got Busta backing him, I would have gave
Yeah.
him a listen for real. You already got the creds, bro.
And Rod Digger, who was under Busta.
Oh yeah,
Rod Digger was a monster.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, I just missed those artists, you know.
Given the opportunity, would you put out artists to shift the balance?
Oh gosh, yes. I'm actually trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Few of them.
So in progression, y'all know that y'all can look for, when you see Charles Hall is promoting an artist, you know, to check them out. You
Yeah,
know
because
what I'm
I
saying?
don't like no bug rap.
Uh,
No bad bug.
mm-mm,
BB.
mm-mm.
I think hip hop needs to do what phones did. They get smart. God damn
That
it.
is a fun one. Oh yeah, Charles is very clever. And you do what you don't want to do. Let me tell you what you don't want to do. Okay? You don't ever, listen to me now. You do not ever want to get into no Joning contest with this guy. Okay? No. You are going to go home crying. For real. Because he too big for you to get mad enough to fight. He too big. So you ain't going to have to do nothing but take your ball and go home.
I've had some that wanted to, boy. It was like, hey, this is jokes.
I mean, you know, you want to sleep on it? Because it ain't like you going to be able to run up on this man like that.
I've had a lifetime of practice with my dad and my brothers. Big up there, Kelvin.
Hey!
The Hall boys, we talk about each other all the time. And
What up to the Hall clan? I am also a Hall.
oh yes,
Yes,
she sure
I
is.
am. I am also a Hall. If you really wanted to know my name, my last name, my daddy's last name is Ronnie Hall.
Kaboom.
And I am Tanisha. His daughter, Tanisha Hall, would be my real, you know what I'm saying? The Hall clan in Roanoke, Virginia. Big ups, big ups, big ups.
I actually have you in my phone as Tanisha Hall.
Because we rode deep.
Yeah,
and I look just like the Halls. They
we Hall
wouldn't
family.
deny me. They wouldn't do it. As a matter of fact, his family, then, you know, on the whole other side of the map. So I'm over here in the mountains in Virginia, and his family is out there in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they was like, yeah, we like the way she looked. Turn your face that way.
Look like one of us.
Yeah, we'll take her. We'll take her. Yeah, let's bring that one along. So, you know, big ups to the Hall family from, you know, one side of the map to the next. I love you. You love me back. So, we're going to keep that love alive forever and all the days. So, yeah, I think that that's probably enough for a few. You know, we'll definitely have Charles back because I'm not going nowhere, and neither is Charles. And we're having lots of new, fun subjects as things progress. Okay? I appreciate Charles for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
I am grateful to have you. Whole entire. Is anything else you want to tell YouTube before we go?
Go to Tanisha Renee's page, like and subscribe, and all the stuff that the YouTube people say.
Yeah, thank you. And we definitely hope that all these messages that were positive, if you're in pursuit of your own businesses, if you have a business, if you had a business and you failed, if you want a business and you got your sights on things, that's what this was for.
Yeah, go for it.
You know,
Don't be
go
scared.
for it. Don't give up. Everybody says that, but I can honestly tell you I'm not giving up. Because what else are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could be like, man, this shit too hard. And then what? Everything is hard. Everything is hard. But you can sit down on the curb and somebody gonna want something. It's gonna be hard. You can't just give up. You can't just sit down and just give up. You're not gonna be happy. You still have to be with yourself every minute on the minute. You know what I'm saying? You might as well, if you done came this far, even if you thought that you was supposed to make it at 35 and you 50, you done came this far, baby. Ain't no reason to give up now. We might as well take it on out.
Yep.
You either gonna make it or you not.
That's right. So I want to do like a YouTube thing. Like I've been wanting to do this forever.
Okay.
We out.